Have you ever felt something ancient hiding inside you? Not written on paper or in the stars, but in your blood. A code so deep most people live their whole lives without unlocking it. It's not imagination, not a feeling you can shake off. It's a sign, a mark, placed there long before your first breath. And if you're hearing this, it's because you are not most people. Picture this: rivers of light running through your veins, a pulse carrying not just oxygen, but a story. A covenant whispered over your life before the world even knew your name. You felt it, that heaviness in the air before something shifts. That pull in your spirit when you're about to step into a moment that changes everything. Today, we'll uncover 6 powerful signs in your spiritual DNA. Signs proving you were marked before you were born. And the last one, the most dangerous to ignore, will decide if you step into your destiny or miss it forever. Stay until the end. These aren't just ideas. They are the language of heaven, the map to your calling. And right now, you're standing at the doorway. If your spirit feels the pull, if something in you is saying, "This is for me," like this video, subscribe, and type "I carry the mark" in the comments. Every time you speak those words, you affirm the truth that's been inside you all along. All right, let's begin. Number 1, the sensitivity no one can explain. It's like walking through the world with invisible antennae. You sense things before they happen. You enter a room and without a word, you know the atmosphere. You feel the heaviness, the joy, the unspoken tension, and sometimes it's almost too much to carry. This isn't about being too sensitive, as people may have told you. It's spiritual radar, one of the first signs that the fingerprint of God is on your life. Most people see only the visible world, but you feel the invisible currents beneath it. The storms brewing in someone's soul, the grief behind a polite smile, the shift in spiritual weather before anyone else notices. This sensitivity is no accident. It's part of the mark in your blood, connecting you to a purpose greater than what you can see. Yet, without understanding, it can feel like a curse. You may withdraw because people's energy overwhelms you. You might doubt yourself, wishing you could turn it off. But when you realize it's not a weakness, everything changes. Imagine a soldier on the battlefield. Some fight with swords, some with shields. But a few are watchmen, seeing the enemy before the enemy sees them. Sensing danger before the first arrow flies. That's you. You've been positioned as a watchman in the spirit. Your sensitivity is your watchtower, and with it comes responsibility. You'll sometimes step back from the crowd and pray when no one else sees the need. You'll intercede for people who'll never know you prayed. You'll be misunderstood, because what you feel, others cannot see. But here's the reward. When you work with this gift instead of fighting it, you receive guidance before anyone else. You avoid traps others walk into. You're led to opportunities before the doors even seem open. Practical step: keep a spirit journal. When you sense a shift in atmosphere, write it down with the date. Over time, you'll see patterns and realize how accurate your inner radar has been. So if lately you've felt that your emotions are too much, don't shut it down. Train it, sharpen it. Your sensitivity is the very tool that will help you fulfill your calling. Now, let's move to the next sign. If sensitivity is the first whisper, the next one is the echo, pulling you forward even when you don't know where it's leading. Number 2, the calling that echoes in the silence. It often comes when you're alone, not in moments of excitement, and not when life's noise is drowning everything out, but in still moments, when the world grows quiet enough for your spirit to hear what your ears cannot. It's that sensation of being summoned without anyone speaking your name, like you just know you're supposed to move, to prepare, to listen. And yet, there's no logical reason for it. No phone call, no letter. Just a pull deep inside that says, "Come closer." Many chosen ones feel it at night. You lie in bed, the house is still, and suddenly it's as if a memory, but not your memory, rises inside you. Your heart beats faster, not from fear but from recognition. You don't know exactly what it means, but you know it's not random. This is God's recall on your soul. a beacon pulling you back into alignment with the blueprint he wrote for you before you arrived on Earth. This call doesn't stop. You can ignore it for a season. You can drown it in distractions, but it will find you again because it's encoded in your being. Some mistake it for nostalgia or a passing emotion, but you know better. Because with each year, the call grows stronger, and the longer you avoid it, the heavier it feels. The calling doesn't always come with instructions. Sometimes it's not a voice telling you what to do. It's a vibration telling you it's time. Your job is not to demand the full map, but to take the next step in faith. Imagine walking through fog at dawn. You can't see the whole path, but every step forward reveals the next one. That's how this works. Obedience before clarity. This is why it follows sensitivity. Without the first sign, you wouldn't recognize this echo. It would pass like wind through an empty alley. When it comes, it often disrupts your comfort. You may feel the urge to change your environment, let go of certain relationships, or prepare in ways that make no sense to others. And yes, people may question you. They'll ask why you're changing, why you can't just relax. But they don't feel the vibration in their bones the way you do. This is between you and the one who called you. Practical step. Create moments of intentional stillness each day. Not scrolling, not zoning out, but real silence. The more you enter that space, the clearer the echo becomes. Until you realize it's not random. It's your destiny knocking. And remember, if this sign is the echo, the next one is the clash. A battle that rises the moment you step toward your calling. Number 3, the invisible battle. This sign often appears the moment you take your first real step toward your calling. It's as if the air shifts. Opportunities you thought were secure suddenly close. People you trusted begin to misunderstand you. Even your own mind whispers old doubts you thought were gone. This isn't bad luck. It's not coincidence. It's spiritual resistance. The kind of opposition that only rises against those carrying something valuable in their spirit. Think about it. No thief breaks into an empty house. No enemy wastes time on someone going nowhere. The attacks come because you are moving toward the place you were meant to be. For some, this battle feels emotional. A wave of discouragement that doesn't match the circumstances. For others, it's physical, sickness, exhaustion, constant setbacks. And for many, it's relational. People becoming distant, cold, or hostile without reason. The invisible battle is designed to make you second-guess the call and drain your strength before you begin. If you don't recognize it for what it is, you might think it's a sign to quit. But here's the truth. If you've entered the battle, it means you've been noticed in the spirit realm. The enemy has marked you as a threat because you've started to awaken and align with the blueprint in your blood. This is where sensitivity from the first sign is vital, helping you discern between normal challenges and targeted opposition, and where the call from the second sign keeps you from turning back when things get hard. Practical step. When the invisible battle comes, don't respond only in the natural. Respond in the spiritual. Pray more. Guard your thoughts. Anchor yourself in the promises you've received. Write them down. Speak them daily, and remind your soul of what's true under pressure. The battle doesn't mean you're losing. Often, its presence means you're closer to breakthrough than you realize. And for many chosen ones, surviving this first wave triggers something unexpected, a shift in the dream realm. Dreams begin carrying images, codes, and visions that are anything but random. We'll talk about that next, but remember this. If you're in the invisible battle right now, you're not being punished, you're being positioned. The pressure is proof that you carry something worth fighting for. Number 4, the dreams that carry codes. Many chosen ones have vivid dreams, so real they linger long after waking. Sometimes they feel like memories, not imagination. You wake with your heart racing, smiling, or even in tears. These dreams aren't random. They are messages, encrypted visions sent to your spirit when your mind is too quiet to argue. In waking life, logic gets in the way. We explain away instincts, second-guess whispers, tell ourselves it's nothing. But when you're asleep, that barrier falls, and heaven speaks without interruption. Some dreams are warnings, a place you've never been, and later you stand there in real life. A stranger in a dream appears weeks later in reality. That's not coincidence. That's a code unlocking. Others are preparation, a battle, a test, a decision in the dream, and when it appears in life, you already know what to do. And then there are pure mysteries, symbols, numbers, colors, ancient landscapes. Sometimes meaning comes quickly. Other times it unfolds over years. Practical step. Keep a physical dream journal beside your bed. Write down every detail, even the small ones. Over time, you'll see patterns. The language heaven uses to speak to you. Not every dream is a code. Some are just noise from your day. But the ones you can't shake, those are the ones to pay attention to. Here's how it connects to the other signs. Your sensitivity from sign 1 helps you notice when a dream carries unusual weight. The calling from sign 2 makes you alert to dreams that point to destiny. Your endurance from sign 3 gives you courage to act on what they reveal. And for many, the season of encoded dreams is also when they start meeting people who feel familiar, even if they've never met. Sometimes, you dream of them before you meet them in waking life. Which leads us to the next sign, when heaven reconnects you with your spiritual tribe. The people assigned to walk this path with you. And after that, there's still one final sign. Subtle, often missed, but the one that ties everything together. Number 5, the reconnection with your tribe. Sometimes you meet someone and instantly feel it. Not just a click or shared interests, but a deep recognition. Like your spirit knew theirs long before your mind caught up. It's in the weight of their words, in how you can speak without masks or pretense. You feel safe, seen, understood, and for a chosen one, that's rare. Most of your life, you may have felt like the outsider, the one who sees differently and can't fully explain why. That's because your tribe isn't made of people who just get along with you. They share the same mark in their blood. They've faced similar awakenings, battles, and silent calls. They carry scars that match yours. When you meet, it's like finding the missing piece of a map you've been trying to read your whole life. These meetings can happen anywhere, at work, on a trip, in a brief online exchange, but the effect is never ordinary. Your path feels clearer, your faith stronger, your purpose sharper. Pieces start falling into place. Spiritually, heaven often arranges these connections before major shifts in your journey. Your tribe isn't just here to comfort you, they're here to equip you, to walk with you into battles and breakthroughs ahead. Sometimes the confirmation comes from the dream realm. You may dream of a face you don't recognize, then meet them in real life. Other times, recognition is instant and unexplained, your mark resonating with theirs. Practical step: notice these connections. Not every friendly person is part of your tribe. Look for those who strengthen your faith, sharpen your purpose, and remind you who you truly are. When you find them, nurture those relationships. They're rare and sacred, and while reconnecting with your tribe is powerful, it's not the final proof of the mark you carry. There's one more sign, deeper, more personal, often overlooked. It speaks to your present life and to the covenant written in your bloodline. When you see it, you'll understand why your life unfolded the way it has, and why you were drawn to this message in the first place. Number 6, the most ignored sign, the blood that speaks. Inside you lives a language without words, a voice so ancient it was speaking before you were born. It's the voice in your blood. Most never hear it, not because it's silent, but because they've been taught to ignore it. They dismiss the instinct in their chest, silence the deep knowing in their gut, call it coincidence or just a feeling. For the chosen, this voice refuses to stay quiet. It comes in waves, sometimes so strong it feels like your heartbeat is trying to tell you something. You might feel it in danger, a rush of don't go there, or an opportunity, a surge of this is yours, step forward. It's the same voice that pulled your ancestors through battles they weren't supposed to survive, the same voice that whispered in chaos. When God marks your blood, He doesn't just mark you, He marks the generations connected to you. Some dreams you've had, battles you've fought, doors you've walked through, weren't only for you. They're part of a story that began long before you arrived and will continue after you're gone. That's why certain places, names, or songs stir something you can't explain. It's not nostalgia, it's recognition. Your blood remembers the covenants, prayers, and promises spoken over your line. This sign is subtle. It doesn't shout. It pulses. It waits for you to slow down enough to notice. Practical step. When you feel that deep pull, stop. Acknowledge it. Luis, what are you trying to tell me? Write it down. Over time, you'll see the voice in your blood has been guiding you all along. Ignore it, and life grows noisy and heavy. Honor it, and your steps align in ways that make no sense on paper. Doors open, people appear, paths straighten. Every sign we've covered leads here. Sensitivity makes you notice. The calling tunes your ears. The battle tests you. Dreams deliver messages. Your tribe confirms the resonance. And then, the blood speaks. And you know, without doubt, you are marked. The last sign is the most dangerous to ignore. Because when the blood speaks, it's about your destiny. Whether you carry the story forward or let it end with you. Right now, that voice may be speaking to you as you hear these words. And maybe that's why you found this message today. You didn't find this message by accident. Heaven has been guiding you here, shaping you, preparing you for this exact moment. Every sign, the sensitivity, the calling in the silence, the invisible battle, the dreams, the reconnection with your tribe, and finally, the blood that speaks, is part of the language of your calling, a language not everyone understands, because not everyone is marked this way. That's why some will hear a message like this and feel nothing. But you feel it in your bones. You feel the pull, the weight, the confirmation. This isn't just information, it's recognition. The mark in your blood isn't here to make you feel special without purpose. It's here to remind you of the responsibility you carry. There are doors only you can open, battles only you can fight, people only you can reach. Every moment you step toward your calling, you write the next chapter of a story heaven has been telling for generations. So here's my question. Will you live as if you were never marked? Or will you step into the fullness of who you are? The truth is, you've already been chosen. The only thing left is for you to choose back. If this message stirred something in you, if it felt like a mirror held up to your soul, don't just close this video and move on. Act on it, speak it, write it, live it. Here's what I want you to do. If you've made it this far, the mark in your blood has already been speaking to you. So in the comments, write, "My blood remembers." When you declare it, you're agreeing with heaven about who you are and what you carry. Before you go, if this word resonated with you, share it with someone you believe might be marked. Not everyone will understand, but the ones who do will thank you for the rest of their lives. And remember, the journey doesn't stop here. There's more to uncover and more signs, more confirmations, more pieces of the map waiting for you. So click the video appearing on your screen now. It's the next step in unlocking the story that's already been written inside you.